Hello everybody, my name is Kikrolin, but you may also know me as Dino from PC2, and welcome to Ero, where today we're going to experience one of the longest races on the calendar. I'm of course talking about the Singapore Grand Prix. This track is 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles long and is made out of 21 corners, or actually 23 corners. 5 slow speed, 11 medium speed and 7 fast speed corners, all of which make up to a lap time of 1 minute and 35 seconds, provisionally. Along with 62 laps, it makes it the longest race on the F1 calendar, and not a pleasant one at that. IRL, it's also one of the hottest races, so combining that with a really long lap time, you're really in for a bad time. The track also has its fair share of interesting history and controversies, with the most controversial moment happening in its very first appearance in 2008 with the famous Crash Gate, where Renault instructed Nelson Piquet Jr. to intentionally crash for Alonso to take the win. That is of course the summary of the controversy, and you can check it out later if you are interested, because it does have some very interesting topics. Long story short, this being a street circuit, it's not easy to overtake on, and this is probably the only street circuit that has that, because its lack of long straights and mainly having 90-degree corners, but we are sure going to be in for a exciting race nonetheless. Today we have a special guest actually, because Adam is out getting drunk. Commentating alongside me today is going to be Lucas Derksen. I don't know if this is your first commentary in this league, but I would just like to welcome you to the commentary room, and I hope that you are going to enjoy it.
Thank you, Dino. Yeah, this is not my first. I also did the PC F1 with Luke Mills, and very fun to do. Yeah, how are you, Dino?
I am very good. Thank you for asking, and how are you?
Yeah, I'm also fine. Let's hope for an exciting race with some safety cars, as we're going to start, because Bilbao joined, and we're going to start with a short qualifying as always.
Of course. The short qualifying is going to be 18 minutes long, and that is going to set the grid for the race. And like I said, we have 31 laps, so it's half of the 62 that is in real life, and yeah, it is going to be a very long race. We should also mention that the drivers are going to be very careful with what tires they want to choose for their laps, because if you guys don't know, and if you're new to Formula 1, if you qualify in the top 10, you have to start on the tires you set the first lap on. So if you do a lap on mediums and you qualify 7th and you don't do any more laps, you're gonna have to start on those. That rule is of course not prominent in this year in F1 2022, but it's still in 2021, so we still have to abide by those rules. But it shouldn't be that difficult, because we've been used to it to like a while now. But do you think a one-stop strategy here is going to be better, or is two-stop maybe going to be better? Maybe going from softs to mediums, or maybe softs, medium, softs? I don't know. What do you think?
Actually, I have no idea. When I'm playing career mode on this game, on actually every F1 game, I'm also always doing 25%, because I think 50% race are just too long for me. So yeah, I have no idea. It could be. Never drove on the circuit. Yeah, I have no idea. Actually, you should tell me.
I actually also don't know. Yesterday I was actually opting to do a one-stop, maybe trying to go from softs to mediums, because I really wanted to try and do that, try to go from softs to mediums, and I found out that the softs are dead at around lap 10. They should be at around 80%, so mediums usually go to 20 laps, so I think a one-stop maybe could be possible, but you are going to be in the puncture zone, so if you want to do that, you're gonna be very careful to try to conserve your tires in the corners, which here in Singapore you can't really do. But yeah, I guess we will just have to wait and see what every driver will decide to do.
Yeah, I see some people on the mediums, like Mickelson, some McLaren, Jonathan, Tony Richet actually as well, and not Bilbas. Bilbas on softs, but maybe he's going to abort it and just go for the mediums. As I'm watching Q, the lobby host, who spins now, no, saves it, just invalidated this lap on purpose, just to set a banker. So he's going out on mediums again, I'm pretty sure. Also, Glenn van der Bergen behind him on mediums has not invalidated yet.
So we can get on board with him, get a little track guide, as he is just finishing Sector 1 right now. This is the longest straight on the circuit, and going now to Memorial Corner, turn 7. You actually want to hug that inside curb way too much. People actually call it the death curb, but you can actually take it very highly. Padang, very difficult third gear corner, and we go to Singapore Sling, probably the most difficult corner or a difficult part, the whole section, as it's a very slow technical part. And now coming out to turn 13, a hairpin. You want to take a pretty wide line to set yourself to the inside, and he takes it very nicely. Going out to the second DRS straight, purple sector 2, but that is of course what we are predicting. He takes Connaught, turn 14 very well, but overshoots into turn 16. That is going to lose him a little bit of time, but at least he doesn't invalidate. Here in Bay, turn 18, you actually want to go to the inside as much as you possibly can. Just don't touch the wall and you're gonna be fine. Turn 20 and 21, pretty slow 90-degree corners, and going out to nearly flat out, just a little lift off, turns 22 and 23, and that is the end of the circuit. And they 139 for Sikerbikia, but Jonathan Foss easily beats that with a 136.2.
Was Glenn going slowly, or is just Jonathan going super fast?
Maybe he just made...
It's not a small gap, it's a very big gap.
Maybe he just made a few mistakes that cost him a lot of lap time, or maybe he wasn't pushing at all. But if anyone here in chat saw the PC2 race, and maybe even if you saw that race, we saw that a 36.2 was the fastest lap time on mediums, and then we had the fastest lap time on softs, which was done by me, a 135.4. So that is probably going to be the banker time that we should be expecting from today, as currently Tuka is on pole position with those mediums, 136.1. That is a very impressive lap time from the Aston Martin driver.
Yeah, I'm watching Tony Richet now. I think one of the fastest guys on the grid, as Luke goes to P3 with a on SOS with a 136.4, and as Tony goes purple first sector, going into the I think very difficult circuit sector of the circuit with very heartbreaking corners, and some corners where you have to turn in and brake at the same time. Especially this hairpin where he's heading now, it's very hard, but yeah, I'm not the best driver, so could be me. As he's opening the DRS now, and purple second sector as well. Trying to hunt the time of Tuka down, which I think he's going to do. Isn't Tony like near esports driver or not?
At some circuits he is, especially Baku. He's very fast on that, so he's probably also pretty fast on every single street circuit, especially this one. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see until he finishes his lap, which he is about to do right now. And his lap time is a... What the... Jesus!
My guy!
Jesus Christ, what is that lap time? Okay. So you are correct, he is near esports level. You were correct. Jesus Christ. That's fast.
My guy goes 2 times faster on the whole time of PC2. On like compound harder, like how?
I don't know, but this is going to be pretty hard for Tuka, as Tuka actually has the opportunity to win the championship in today's race, like I did in PC2, and he only needs to finish first, and then Bilbas needs to, I think, finish 7th or 8th, or he can finish second, and get the fastest lap and on pole position, but he has to be certain that Bilbas retires. So those are the two conditions that he needs to have.
Arjen, if Bilbas, I think the chance Bilbas finishing outside the points is very big, because the previous times he had he started like nearly last and had some difficult to just overtake the grid, and especially on this circuit. Like you can overtake on the long DRS, but that's it. If you're stuck in a DRS train, you're stuck. So I think the chance of Bilbas not getting points exists and isn't that small.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but you are correct. The only main overtaking point is going to be at the first DRS straight, which is not really that long. It's only like 500 meters, or I think 1 kilometer. I actually don't know. But if you want to overtake at any other place, you really have to be very, very brave to overtake, which a lot of people aren't really. But we'll see, and we'll probably gonna see a lot of safety cars like you predicted already in the beginning of the stream. Anything can happen in Singapore. We do have a very, very long race ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm watching the Haas of Derksen, I don't know his real name. In P16 now, he is going on mediums with a purple first sector. The game bugs sometimes with the purple sectors, but he is going very fast. I think the game doesn't lie this time. Has some wheel spin going out of the hairpin, the very hard hairpin. And going purple sector 2 as well. So I think he maybe could challenge Tony Richet with maybe 35-1, maybe just beneath Tony, or not putting the maximum of the car at the last sector as he's going now through the last set of corners. Has a big moment. I don't think he's going to finish. He's going faster than Tony. No, 35-6. Really very nice step though. Had some moment on the last sector that's set for him. Now puts the corner. But yeah.
And these two will probably start on those mediums. They don't really need to do any more laps on softs, as Michelin's teammate Robertson in the Haas actually is very close to him, but on softs, only 9,000ths of a second separating both of these drivers. But speaking of reserves, oh my god, Robertson nearly crashes into the wall, but he manages to catch it. So yeah, I was saying, speaking of reserves, we actually have Paul Hill from PC3 reserving for today. We'll see how he copes with the pressure of driving in PC1. We saw that he's driving very well in PC2 as well as a reserve, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see how he performs here. And then we have Michelin, like we stated, in the Haas, and Mateus Gola is going to be driving in the Mercedes. So nearly a full grid. We are only missing one driver, which I actually don't know who that is, but I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, that is going to be it.
I know it's the it's Casper.
Ah yes, yes.
Red Bull driver.
Yes, it is.
Jonathan is going for a lap now, false.
And Mikkelsen in the Ferrari also finishes his lap, a 135.6, the fastest of the soft runners, and nearly puts himself close to Rich, but still 4,000ths of a second behind the Alfa Romeo driver. I still don't know how he did that lap time. Like, I did a 134.7 in time trial, and that put me 700th in the world. I think if he does a lap time on softs, if he decides to do that, I think his lap time is going to be like 10th in the world. He's so fast.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, as Jonathan Vos is going for a lap now on softs. He had a time on mediums, if I'm right. Yeah, but he's going to try on softs. Fastest first sector means purple first sector. Going through the hard section now. The hairpin now, and he is going to open DRS now and then going to cross the sector 2, and he's purple again, 5 tenths beneath the time, beneath his previous time, which what will put him into a 35.7, probably near his teammate P6. But can he improve in the last sector? Going very close to the wall. Oh, as a moment.
Oh!
Yeah, no, he spins. Oh,
that's a shame. He
can do another
very
lap,
well.
but there's an. Yeah, he can do another lap. Yeah, I think.
There is 5 minutes left. Yeah.
Go again.
Yeah, of course.
I see Tony. Tony has equipped the soft tires, but is still in the pits. So I think there is a chance of him going out for a lap on the soft tires.
Or maybe he's trying to trick the engineers who are watching this stream. Maybe he's thinking that he can try to get people to think that he's gonna go out on softs, but he's actually gonna remain on mediums.
If I was him, I wouldn't.
Same, yeah. I think starting on mediums, especially in Singapore, is I think the best possible strategy that you can do. It's either that or trying to secure as high of a position as you possibly can in the qualifying, because like we said before, you cannot overtake here. So it's either that or starting on mediums, which probably he's gonna remain on those. But we see Patrick O'Dougall in the McLaren, just finishing sector 2, not improving on his lap time even with those fresh softs. And he will probably remain in P12, but let's just keep on board with him, let's see how he does. But he unfortunately invalidates his lap. And he also had some traffic ahead of him, so he probably wouldn't even improve on his lap time.
Luke Mills is doing a lap now. He's 2 tenths up on his personal best, what would take him into P9. So will take him into the top 10 on a fresh set of mediums. Nearly invalidates here as Pjelka retired, I think, in the pits.
It is in the pit lane, yeah. It is in the pit lane.
Right. So I think he's not going to. Oh, the wing.
That's a hard
Pushing
collision.
too hard. If he's going to, then he just tries to recover but spins the wrong way. I would have turned the other way, but he can do another lap if I'm right, like 3 minutes on the clock, 2 minutes 37 seconds. Would be very hard.
Oh, Tony Rich is actually is out. He's out on soft.
Now, just let's watch him do his fastest lap. Maybe get a world record on stream. Would be nice.
It would be, but is he just flexing here? Like we were definitely gonna see like a 33.9 from him if he decides to do this lap, but I think he just wants to flex here on these softs. I don't know
he's
what
burning.
He
is burning his fuel though. Like he's going very high in revs, not shifting up. So I think there is a chance of him trying to do a lap on softs.
I guess we'll just
but
have to
he could like abort it in the middle of his lap if he makes a small mistake.
Maybe anyway, he just wants to see what his pace is on softs, and then he can try and see and compare it to every other driver. So maybe that's the case. On board with Robertson, Purple Sector 1, already showing pretty good pace, but Codemasters likes to lie about Purple Sectors, so I'm not really focusing on that. So let's just see how he does his lap in the second sector, the very dangerous Singapore Sling, which was actually changed in 2012, I think, and it doesn't have the tight left-right chicane. It now has only a left and then going out to the right. So it's a bit easier than in previous years. But Robertson actually improves 2/10 in Sector 2, so already showing pretty good pace. If he remains that way, and if he even improves in Sector 3, he will put himself into P2, which will put him in the front row of the grid, and that is going to be a pretty good position indeed for the Haas driver, as he nearly loses the back end, as he probably used the traction a bit too early, and he does that as well, again, before the end, but oh, he nearly crashes, but thankfully he finishes his lap, and he is going to be P2. And almost everyone is doing a lap except for Luke Mills, Patrick O'Dougall and Berlini, but they are still on the out lap. Let's hope that they can cross the finish line to start their laps, as the finish line is actually waved. The flag is waved. It's the end of the qualifying session already.
I think Tony's going to abort this one. He made too much mistakes already. I think he's not even going to improve. Oh, he is actually 1.5 tenths. But I think it's Fuku behind him, isn't it? Tuka. Yeah, I think Tuka just stole his purple sector. I think Tuka can get can try and get the pole position as Mikkelsen and Jonathan goes to second position and third. Is Tony going to improve? No, Tony backs up. Now Tuka goes for his lap. Invalidated! Last corner.
Oh, not good for the championship contender.
That would take him to pole position on 2,000th of a second, but he invalidates on the last corner. That's
very unfortunate.
very unfortunate. I can feel. I think I can feel how he feels right now. Like, oh, damn! I just didn't.
Oh, Gola
anyway.
was. Oh, he was blocked on his fast lap. Oh, that's not what you want to see. And Fazbear crossing the pit entry. That's probably gonna be a penalty if anyone's gonna report that. But yeah, that's unfortunate for Gola. I think he was on a pretty okay lap. But yeah, as you were saying, both of the championship contenders not really looking good. P7 and P8 for both of them. So that's gonna be very interesting to see how it's gonna play out. Are they gonna crash into each other, or are they just gonna keep it clean like they have for the for the season?
As I see right now that Arjen has 5 laps old mediums. He is going to start on them as he sets his best lap on his tires. So I think he has a problem.
Oh.
Yeah, and Tuka has 1 lap old softs. So I guess that Tuka is going to drive away from him, and also Arjen crossed the Bilbas, also crossed the line on his mediums. So the AI will take control on of his car with the same set attached, equipped. So I think Arjen has a small problem with tire wear. I think he's going for the 2-stop.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. We did see that he had the AI for almost the whole qualifying session, so that is also probably going to play a factor. His connection is probably pretty bad, but the qualifying session is over, and we have Tony Rich putting the pole position on mediums, 135.2, especially a good time. Like, that's unbelievable. And Jonathan Foss is gonna follow him right behind in the first row. Next we have Michelin and Mikkelsen in the second row, Robertson and Fazbear in the third row, Caracola and Bilbas, both of the championship contenders, into P7 and P8, and then Gola and Sanchez are gonna start P9 and P10. All of these drivers that I have mentioned are in the top 10. They will have to start on the tires they set the fastest lap on. And like you said, Bilbas is gonna be in the danger zone with those 5-lap old mediums. And yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see what he decides to do. And next we have in P11, we're gonna see here when everything loads. Oh, it has to still load, yeah. We can do it later.
Bielka. You can watch in the race director. Everyone outside the top 10 is going to start on hards.
Oh, except for Crocs, who put mediums, so that's gonna be very interesting. So yeah, we have Znamirovsky in P11, Luke Mills in P12, that's the 6th row of the grid, Patrick O'Dougall and Paul Hill, the McLaren duo, starting P13 and 14. We have Pavlakovic and Crocs in P15 and 16, Sikarbikje and Nathan Powers in P17 and 18, and Berlini, who hasn't set lap time, along with Luke Powers, is gonna start on last position. So both of the Alpines not really having great pace here like they've had in previous races, but I think the house drivers are gonna be pretty happy to be starting in P3 and P5. That's, I think, the best qualifying position they've ever had. But we do start the formation lap right now. And
Some people on mediums.
yes, they are.
And I saw some people saying in chat that, not in your stream chat, but in the Discord chat, that Bilbas has his AI driving around.
That is what
So
we
that
did mention.
could be a problem.
That could be a problem. Maybe desync from the AlphaTauri driver. I guess we'll just have to wait and see in the remainder of the race. But if you don't mind, I'd like to say some quick words of our partners, if you don't mind. So, we would just like to say, if you are enjoying what you are seeing so far, and if you do enjoy our commentary as of yet, we would like you to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out to make better videos for you guys to watch. We would also like to thank our partners, Gridfinder, Boldamania, Race Inside Discord, and JR Designs. And thank you for the partnership, and we really value it. We really want it to continue for a pretty long time. We would also like to say that you can support us on Patreon. You can also donate through Streamlabs, and you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All of the links are down in the description. Also, we have a official Discord channel if you want to race with us. We have 3 PC divisions. As you are seeing right now, we are watching the PC1 division, which is racing on 4 PM UK time in on Sunday, and then we have PC2, which is racing on Saturday at the same time, 4 PM UK time, and then we have PC3 on Friday, which is, I think, 6 or 7 UK time. All of these tiers are assist restricted, so you just find whatever suits you, and you can just join that. But currently PC signups are closed because we have too many reserves, but you can sign up for Season 8 because the season is coming to a close. We have 3 races remaining, including this one. So sign up for Season 8, race alongside us, and get into the spotlight. Maybe you're gonna be the next Ero champion. No one... I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Are we having a restart? Because I saw some people leaving. Anyway,
I have no idea. And lights out, no way to go.
Yes, we are underway.
Has a great start. Also has the
oh, we have a crash!
last start. Oh, Jonathan
Voss is dead, but Tony Ridge gets a pretty good start. Michelin improves to P2, that's a 1 free position with contact from Jonathan Voss. He is already on P18, and we have a battle behind. I think that's 3 wide between the Aston Martin driver, Alpine, and McLaren. Some people are out of the lobby, I don't know what's happening, but Paul Hill and Crocs...
I see Bilbas.
Yes?
I see Bilbas saying desync, and also Kenny has a game crash, and Tony Richet asking a restart because the tire box that we also saw in PSGL when Brendan Lee had brand new tires, while he just had while the rest lobby restart.
Okay, so yeah, we are restarting, unfortunately. So let's just exit, and yeah, that is very unfortunate, of course, but what can you do? The game is not perfect, and desync is still not fixed. So yeah, we are just waiting for the new lobby to be made, and we can continue where we left off with the new start. And while the new lobby is being set up, why don't we talk a little bit about the new game and the new season? So, what do you currently think about the new F1 22 game, if you've watched any of the trailers?
I personally thought like, oh, if this game is going to be over 50 euros for in the Dutch, just in the Dutch Steam key sites, whatever, I'm not going to buy it because the 2021 game sucks, my opinion, because the curbs and everything else. And I was like, I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to buy this game. But then I saw the first video about content creators playing F1 22 alpha version, and then I was like, whoa, that's so cool. You can now turn into the pits, you can drive yourself to the grid and everything, all the other features. I was like, I need to buy this game. Instantly pre-ordered it at Steam, the Champions Edition. So yeah, I think it's a very cool game with some new features. We all asked in the previous years, but yeah, I like it. Yeah. Let's hope.
Yes.
Let's hope they fix the desync, all the online bugs, and then also crossplay coming in. I don't know. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. What are your opinions about it?
I mean, it is still pretty early on in the development cycle. We do have 2 months until the game comes out, but like you said, with the current things that we've been showed from the content creators, the game is looking pretty good. It's looking like a little bit of a copy from 2021, like the menus are pretty similar. What people don't know about me, that I really care about how good the music is in the game. The music is one of the main things that keeps me entertained in the game, so I am really enjoying the current soundtrack that's in the game. That's a bomb of a soundtrack. I really enjoyed the 2021 soundtrack, and I'm already enjoying the 22 soundtrack. The new additions from the pit lane, I think that could have been done better. Maybe like in 2010, Codemasters did, that you can actually choose how fast you were going into the pit lane, and you actually had to slow down yourself to not hit your pit crew. I think that's a better pit thing, but the current is still pretty okay. And I really do enjoy the formation lap, how you actually have to set up yourself to the grid. I think that's a brilliant thing that I think was missing in the F1 games for so long. But a couple of features are still missing, like I don't know if the spectators are going to be allowed to check the weather in the race, because that's the thing that is missing from every single F1 game, that we cannot check if it's going to rain in the race. We have to ask the drivers if it's going to rain. That's probably the most that I hate. Also, the new broadcast options in safety car and formation lap are also pretty cool. I think they are pretty cool. But I don't know how much the AI is actually gonna heat up your tires, so it's gonna be a mixed bag probably, but we'll have to wait and see until the game comes out, of course.
Yep. I saw the calendar of the Season 8. Interesting, starting with Silverstone. I think we started this season with, let me check real quick.
We had 17 races.
We started with USA.
Yes,
yeah.
USA.
We started with Austin, and now the second race is also in USA, but not Austin this time. The Miami International Autodrome. I think that would be very exciting, just driving a league race there.
Wait, are we even allowed to speak about the calendar? Are we even allowed to do that? I don't think we were allowed to do that.
Look, the calendar is announced.
Oh, it
for
is.
Season 8.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, if you see in the announcement, I got a ping about it.
Oh yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, okay.
So I think we are allowed to talk about it.
Then continue, please.
Yeah, very interesting. Also seeing Australia back in the calendar. This season no, we don't have it this season. We didn't drive it. So yeah, seeing also round 8 is a voting track. Would be very interesting which tracks that would be, and also what already saying the French Grand Prix, the Paul Ricard will not be replaced. So interesting that. I don't know what's wrong with the Paul Ricard track. It's a fun track to drive.
I'm gonna be honest. I really hate it. I
okay.
really do hate it.
I had the last race of the season. Suzuka International Racing Course, Gus Curbs. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. I just no the shape. It's very enjoyable to drive, but not in the 2021 game. Just like yeah.
In previous games it was better, but
Yeah, in previous game it was very fun to drive, but
yeah, we
not anymore on this game.
we will of course have to wait and see how the new regulations are gonna be introduced into the game, and if Codemasters are gonna do it well. I think if there are any veterans of the F1 games in the chat, or if you're an F1 game veteran, I think everyone knows what happened with F1 2014, but we're not gonna talk about that. And I mean, in 2017,
what did actually happen with 2014?
the game's physics were absolutely awful. Like, the cars weren't. They didn't have grip. They were just drifting around, and the engine sounded like chickens.
Even worse than 2009.
Even worse, I would say.
Even worse than 2016.
I mean, I really love 2016. I think that game has a lot of.
The controller, just you have no grip. I just drove previous year. I downloaded and installed 2016 again, played it career mode, instantly deleted it again because the physics, no, not the physics, the sounds are horrible. They just hurt my ears, and also it felt like I had zero grip. But yeah, we're not here to talk about that, so let's go on.
I mean, for me, the game is actually a pretty well made game. It's not the best. The sounds especially are not that good, like you said. But I think for me, F1 2016 has a lot of what's that word? You remember a lot of stuff. Like it's nostalgic, because F1 2016 was one of my first F1 games, and I really love the atmosphere in the career mode. Like you're actually in those places, like you're actually in those tracks, and I really love that feeling of being there. And I think that 2016 just has a lot of nostalgic memories for me that makes it one of my favorite F1 games. But if we're talking about best F1 games, I think 2020 is probably the best one. It doesn't have the best physics, but overall it's the best experience of an F1 game that you can possibly have. I think F1 2021 has better physics, but 2020 is way better.
Yeah, the control of the cars were so good. Yeah, I would like the I'm league racing since the 2019 game. And then in 2019 I had like one league, just finished dead last because I was I used to drive like all assist on because I wasn't like that experienced to F1 games. And then I had to turn some off, like the ABS off, the traction control off, very hard. I ended that last that season. But anyway, in 2020 I won my first league race, got like multiple podiums. Very great game. Just like it was the best game for me, the best control. Like yeah, I don't know how to explain.
It's okay.
But okay. I think 2020 is the best game the Codemasters have made so far.
The only thing I don't really like about 2019 that the cars feel so oversteery in the corners, like they are actually awful to drive, and I really don't like it. But overall, the game does have a few things that are better than the later games, than 2020 and 2021. I think the career mode is way better than in 2020, but 2020 did have the My Team new introduction, which is, I think, the best addition that Codemasters made, because My Team is absolutely phenomenal. It's not perfect, but if they can perfect it in these next couple of games, I think it's gonna be the best thing that we've seen from Codemasters ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it is good to play every single F1 game. See how the developers just perfected the formula. Just be prepared that from 2015 to now, the games are pretty similar. Not the same, but they are pretty similar. Like you can see the, I mean, you can see when Jeff is from 2015 to 2021, the game is gonna be pretty similar. So yeah. Speaking of games, we are starting.
Yeah, just wanted to say that. Seeing some Among Us start gifs in the chat. But anyway, we're starting now.
Yes, we are, finally. It has been quite a while, and I don't think that's pretty good for you, because you are going to need to go in a couple of moments. So yeah, that's
I'm like on the on the top floor now on my house, like the top floor. I don't know what's it called. I forgot the name for it, but like the top floor, and it's so freaking hot in here. I had to like turn off my second monitor because it's so hot. As we just transferred to daylight Singapore Grand Prix. Very interesting, because it was not like how it was.
I mean, at least this is going to be the only daylight Singapore Grand Prix that we've ever seen in our lives, and I'm gonna be honest, it actually looks pretty nice. It actually looks very good. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, speaking of lobby restarts, the drivers will need to start on the tires that they put on in the beginning of the race, so be sure to not switch them out. If you do switch them out, you need to go into the pit lane in the first lap, or you are going to be disqualified from the race, so be careful from that. But by the looks of it, everyone is doing it pretty well. And don't forget your setup as well. I think it's already over, but if you forget your setup, especially in Singapore, you're basically gonna die. And that's it. You're gonna die. But yeah, we are starting the formation lap, and again, Rich leading, and let's hope that the sun rays don't blind our drivers.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't. It would be very weird if it would. They need to do a different visor on their helmet. Yeah. I see the F1 game, in the integrated graphic shows me that the most likely strategy Tony Rocher is going to do is a medium, and then softs, and the people on hard to medium, if I'm right. All our now Wilbus has an advantage now. He was on 5 laps on mediums, and now he is on new mediums.
Well,
so he
that's
has
actually
a big
correct.
advantage.
You are correct. That's actually a good thing.
It was just all the time Wilbus just Okay, I'm going to force a restart. I'm going to say there's desync, so I have to start on new tire. I think that's how we did it.
Maybe he did.
I'm joking. This is not real.
I mean,
Before Bill
maybe.
was just a Texan.
Maybe it is.
Maybe he did.
You don't know. Maybe it is.
Let's hope, as it would be very illegal, that he wasn't planning a restart.
And we also had a confirmation that we might see some rain in the end of the race, maybe. So that's gonna be very interesting to see. But
Oh,
yeah.
do you have everyone outside the top 10 have to still start on the same set, or are they able to change?
Everyone has to start on the set that they started the race before the restart. So everyone has to choose the exact same tire.
I thought I saw Crocs, the Aston Martin driver in P16, also being on mediums, but now he's on hards. So I'm not sure. As we're going to start now,
we have three, four, and five red lights. And we are underway for the Singapore Grand Prix. Looks like actually Rich got a pretty good start. He's not going to be on the attack from Jonathan Foss, but thankfully Jonathan will not have any contact. Yes, he doesn't have any contact, but we do have spins behind. It is Paul Hill and Luke Mills, and the other Alpine as well. So that is already going pretty bad for the McLaren and Alpine driver. And Michelin is actually getting quite a bit of pressure from Mikkelsen in the Ferrari, but thankfully he's way too far behind to try and make a move. Jonathan Foss now has soft tires, so he can go on the attack on Rich. We did see that in qualifying they had the exact same pace, so if Jonathan Foss can maybe get clear of Tony Rich, maybe he can pull away from that gap. And right behind we do have a lot of battles happening, a lot of positions being switched, as Gola tried to go for a move on Patrick O'Dougall, but he backed out of it on the last second, thankfully, because you don't want to go down the inside on that part. Maybe if you saw PC2, I actually did that twice, but trust me, you do not want to do that. You're probably gonna crash. You really need to trust
you're the best
drivers.
You're the best driver of a hill.
Ooh,
just that dive bomb from Tuka.
Massive
I don't know
dive
what he was doing there, thinking there, but now Arjen Bilbus can try and overtake. He doesn't do. But you're the best driver of Ero Pc, right?
Nah, I'm not. No way. I mean, I am a PC2 champion, but I'm not that fast. I mean, Tony Rich and Drake Dempsey, those are the fastest drivers. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a shame that Dempsey retired from the league, because it would have been really fun to see him and Rich battling for the win.
Yeah, but he would have easily won the championship though.
That is true as well. As we have Patrick O'Dougall and Robertson battling side by side into turn 4 right after the chicane, and Gola manages to overtake him as well. Now he is on the attack on Robertson. He will have slipstream into this straight. They are running at pretty equal straight line speed, and Gola will not go for the move, but right behind Sanchez is trying to make a move around the outside as well of the McLaren driver, but he backs out of it as he was pushed a little bit wide out of the exit of that corner.
I see Sanchez has underviewed the car, so I think he is expecting some safety cars, as I think he is right. I can agree with him. There are going to be some is that just some Alpine spinning on the pit exit?
I think it is, and I don't know how it's like for you, but my game is lagging a lot. I don't know what's happening.
Mine is doing fine, but I see Paul Hill just struggling on these new hard tires. But yeah, you probably survive it.
I think we might see a very, very interesting battle here in the midfield, as we have Robertson, Gola, Patrick O'Dougall, Sanchez, Namirovsky, and right behind Pavlakovic, all battling for that 8th position, as Rich is nearly out of that 1 second gap as he is right now. DRS is enabled this lap, and if Jonathan Foss cannot get it right here, he's probably just gonna lose every single second, and he's probably not gonna be able to attack for the lead. And he doesn't have DRS, unfortunately. But let's see this battle behind. Mikkelsen and Fazbear do have that little gap.
Robertson
so
is under attack.
Oh, let's see that.
Gola's going for the move. And I guess, yeah, he has to, yeah. Oh, maybe overshooting a bit. Yeah, goes wide. Nearly just squeezes Robertson into the wall. But both survive, so, no, they both survive, so, right. I have the graphic seeing on my screen right now the position change as Robertson gets 3 seconds time penalty. The best start has been made by Glenn van Lebergen, also known as Kenny Suikerbuikje. Made up 3 places already, and the let's say not best start has been made by Robertson, losing 4 places and already having 3 seconds of time penalties. Not the best start for him.
Definitely not the best start, and we can also say that our championship contenders have also not got a great start, as they are currently really close to one another going into the final 2 corners, and they are also pretty close to Fazbear and Mikkelsen. So Tuka is the only one that is on softs here, and he is probably going to lose out in a couple of laps. The softs wear out, I think, 7% or 8% each lap, so Tuka will probably go into the pit lane on lap 8, as those tires are going to be at 70% near the puncture zone, and you do not want to get a puncture in Singapore.
Tuka had that moment, nearly just spins out, going full on throttle, having ERS open on the long straight, nearly just crashes. As Mikkelsen just got overtaken by Fred, I know is Fred Bizarre or something like that?
Fazbear.
That. Mikkelsen is now already out of the second. He just does not have DRS, so Tuka is going for the move now.
Does he maybe have a little bit of damage? Invincible damage, I mean.
Invisible damage.
If you don't know...
I don't see anything.
If
no,
you don't
he has
know,
no damage. He has no visible damage, let's say that.
Yeah. Yes. But if you don't know, you can actually get some invincible damage. Like, you can actually get light green damage, but it's not gonna show on the MFD or for us. It's not gonna show. And that's why I was asking.
Yeah, I think yes, he's going so slow.
I guess.
Or he's just struggling. As I think Tuka is going to try and get past Mikkelsen the next straight. As yeah, Mikkelsen is already 2 seconds behind. Or Fred is going fast, going very fast. Could also be a thing, because he's already behind Jonathan and already past Jonathan.
Very impressive from the Red Bull driver. He is showing quite good pace in the race. Maybe he was just not lucky in qualifying, as right behind we also have Sanchez and Robertson going side by side into the hairpin. I think that's turn 10 or 9, I don't know. But Sanchez makes that move. Patrick on the inside! Contact! No damage though, so they're still side by side into the single posting. Oh! That's a big contact. Ooh. And Patrick only has wing damage. No, all of the tires are still intact, but yeah, he didn't leave enough room for Robertson there, and I think that was his mistake from that. But I don't really remember what actually happened, but we'll probably see it after the race, as Bilbas and Tuka also going to the bay, also side by side.
Oh, someone spun again. It's the same McLaren.
Ah, okay.
I think Fred, the Red Bull driver number in P3 now, has wing damage, as he just Mikkelsen in the pits. That's a very what happened? I was like Fred just crashed out. He had some leg spike in my screen, he just first corner, he just got out of the exit and just went left. I thought he spun, but then he just got corrected back on the right place. I think Fred has wing damage because he hit the wall previous lap, but he's still going very fast, so maybe not. It is invisible damage.
So we can just confirm that we both have some lobby issues, and I think the whole lobby also. It's not only us probably, as people are lagging a little bit.
And Mikkelsen has pitted, not for new wing, as he had a pit stop of 2.577. So also Robertson and Lewis Al-Hamil, I don't know what his real name is, also pitted. I think they both had wing damage. Now I can confirm they both pitted for new front wing. So that was the moment you were talking about, right? When they hit each other. I think I missed something.
So?
I think we missed something because Aryan passed Tuka.
Oh, we actually did. I don't know when that happened, but it happened. Bilbas is leading. But he is on those mediums, and those softs are already going to be wearing out a ton, so Tuka will be close to his pit window when it's gonna open.
I think he's going to pull. I think he's going to try and pull Jarno Opmeer.
Maybe.
You maybe always was it esports? I think it was PSGL, but Jarno Opmeer tried to extend his soft stint and do a one stop. It worked out.
I mean, I don't think that you can do it right here, because I think safety cars are going to be a pretty common factor, as actually we haven't had any, but with a league like PSGL or the official esports, you know that you're probably not going to have a safety car. You have like a 10% chance of a safety car, so you can actually go and risk it and try to do a one-stop. Here in Ero, here you really have to just think about the safety cars coming out at any moment possible, and you cannot really do a one-stop on any of the tracks, unfortunately.
Yeah, I had once a league race at as Fred gets 3 seconds time penalty. I once had a league race F1 2020.
Sorry for interrupting you, but Crocs has wing damage. Please continue. Yes, please continue.
I once yeah, that's his whole the front wing just go off. Crocs in the mud. I don't think he is going to be. Safety car.
Tony Rich spins.
He spun.
Somehow. I don't know how, but he spins.
And Glenn gets 3 seconds ahead.
Yes, he does. That's
Anyway,
gonna be interesting.
I'm going to continue.
Yes, please.
I once had a league race in F1 2020 at Vietnam. Only time I drove there with a league race, and I just went for the undercut while I was driving on the medium tires, or I was driving on the soft tires. Went for the undercut, and just when I entered the pit lane and my rivals passed the pit lane, the safety car came out, and I had a free stop for hards, which gave me the my first ever league race win. So what you was saying, we're saying there could be any moment safety car coming out. You just have to wait for it and try to gamble as Crocs DNF'd on in the pit lane, I think.
Yes, he does, and that is a pretty good story, and congratulations on your first win, even though it was 2 years ago from now. But
yeah. Actually a year, but that doesn't care, like, I don't mind. As the Haas of Derksen is now leading, going very close to the wall. I think he's pushing. He's nearly on his limit. Chuka also is under pressure from Mattes Gola.
Yes, he is, and Gola is showing that pace. As Freddy actually goes into the pit lane, I think he might have damage, actually. But I will just focus on this battle.
Yes, new wing.
Ah, okay. But
I
let's
don't
just
think
focus. Yes?
he's not going to finish on the podium. I think with wing damage. Yeah,
I
we'll see with
mean,
safety cars.
yes, anything can happen. I had 2 front wing damages yesterday. I had to pit twice, repair the front wing, and I still won the race. But we see Gola overtaking Tukarakola for P5, a pretty easy overtake right before the corner, and
I think Tuka just let him go. He was just like doing some small weaves just before Gola was overtaking him. So I think Drex got 3 seconds time penalty.
Yes, he has, and Mikkelsen has also overtaken Sikarbik here for P8.
What did you say?
What?
Oh yeah, I'm Dutch and I know how to pronounce his name. Like it's suikerbuikje.
I don't know
Very
how
hard
to
for
pronounce it, but I'm pronouncing it how Croatians would probably pronounce it. And
Yeah, totally fine. Yeah, I know how to pronounce it right, but very fun though. Anyway, let's continue with the race.
of course.
As Tony is closing in on Drex. I think Tony has a little bit more wing because he's going faster in the second sector, but in the third... Oh, someone spun.
It's Paul Hill.
Hill spun.
So he's not really coping with the pressure as he would have hoped, as this is his first race in PC1. So yeah, unfortunately not having a good race so far in this Singapore Grand Prix.
No visible damage.
No visible damage.
Yeah, I think he's struggling with the ABS because I saw him just lock up and again. So I think he's struggling with the ABS a bit. Still doing a great job.
Or maybe it's the hards. You don't really want to have hards in a street circuit like Singapore because your car is just gonna slide everywhere, and when you try to drive with PC1 guys and without assists, driving with hards, it's not what you want to do. But we see Pavlakovic getting a move on Sikirbikia, and that is going to be P9. Both of these drivers are still in the points. Sikirbikia or Kenny does have that penalty, unfortunately. But we'll have to wait and see until the end of the race if the safety car is gonna come and if that's gonna do anything. As Luke Mills actually lets Fazbe through, as he probably knows that he's faster than him, so he doesn't have any reason to battle for that position, so he's just gonna try and stay in the DRS of the Red Bull driver. As Freddy is really close to the Alfa Romeo driver as well, as Kenny doesn't have any ERS left, so he only has 10%, already using a lot of it. And Fazbear, nearly crashes into the wall, loses a lot of traction at the exit of the corner.
Not coming in.
Who? Oh, Vos.
Tuka. No? Yeah, both Vos and Tuka, or Rakola. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Oh, I think
But they are
Fazbear...
both in the pits.
I think Fazbear might have damage, he touched the wall, but let's see on what tires Vos and Tuka go. Both on mediums, maybe they can go until the end, because they did extend those softs quite a bit, so maybe they do have that opportunity. They will emerge right behind this pack of drivers with Luke, Fazbear, Kenny and Pavlakovic leading this train, as Fazbear is just grinding the gearbox of Kenny.
Jonathan crossed the line, but like he was with his right tire just a little bit was over the line, so I don't know if that's a penalty, but I think it's doubtful.
We didn't capture it on the stream, so I don't think we can report it.
I know you can't, but I saw it on my screen. Didn't capture it though, but doesn't really care.
I mean, maybe Tuka's gonna report him. He was right behind him. As let's keep on board with Fazbear. Let's see if he can maybe make a move on Pavlakovic. Pavlakovic does have more ERS, but he's not using any of it. He's letting Fazbear just overtake him.
Switchback?
Nah, no way.
He could easily switch back that one. He was just going. That Red Bull was just going.
I mean,
too deep in that corner.
maybe he could have, but Fazbear just looks to have way more confidence in those hards and in his car. Like, he's just driving off, and he's already 1 second ahead.
Yeah, that again gets another 3-second time penalty. Curriculum is 10 laps on these hards, 11 now, and Fred is 2 laps on these hards. So I guess it's not weird. Fred has more confidence in these tires than Curriculum.
Of course, as we see Jonathan Foss trying to make a move on Luke Mills, he's getting held up so much by the Alpine driver, and I think we might see a triple overtake, or I mean double overtake, maybe from Jonathan Foss. As Luke Mills and Jonathan Foss overtake the Alfa Romeo driver, Kenny is still fighting it a little bit, but he does get overtaken, but Jonathan Foss unfortunately still has to stay behind Luke Mills. Maybe right before this corner, I guess we'll have to wait and see, as Stuka is also trying to overtake Kenny, and he does round the outside as Kenny just lets him through to get P11. Let's see this battle with Jonathan Foss and Luke Mills. Is Jonathan finally going to get rid of the Alpine driver? Oh yes, that is gonna be a very easy overtake. All of the ERS and the DRS being used, even on the shortest straight, as Jonathan locks up a little bit, but thankfully he manages to remain there. We can also see a battle in the top. Ooh,
Oh,
what
safety car
happened?
maybe?
What happened?
I don't know. I didn't capture it.
Let's see from...
I think Tuka has wing damage. He touched Luke. He got like some kind of brake check. But maybe you could continue.
I don't know what happened, but there is no safety car. From Robertson's point of view, it just looked like he just stopped on the track. Maybe he touched the wall on the inside, and that caused him to lose his front left tire. But I guess we'll never know.
I don't know. I'll just open my tech monitor and see if he already chatted with the reason why he crashed.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, we can see that Jonathan Foss and Tuka are overtaking Pavlakovic into turn 9 or 8. I don't really know what corner that is, but a pretty easy overtake for both of them. But they do have 4 seconds to close to Fazbear right ahead. They are on those fresh mediums, they are probably going to do that job very easily. And we can also say that we are at the halfway point of the Grand Prix. Michelin is currently leading the race. Not really, but we are 1 or 2 laps.
If you divide 31 by 2, you get 50.
It's 16 or 17. No, wait, 16 or 15.
Yeah.
But
yeah, something.
But
16
it's close. It's close.
Lucia is in the pits.
Yes, he is. And yeah, Michelin is leading, Bilbas is second, and Gola is third. All of these 3 drivers still haven't pitted yet, so we are waiting for that. Rich is just gonna emerge ahead. I think he crosses the white line a little bit, but oh, there was big contact! Oh, what's he doing?
No. He
says,
simulation damage is off, right?
I think it's unstandard. But what was Tony Rich doing? Why didn't he leave space there?
Desync, maybe? Whoa. Nearly wipes out another driver.
I think he's gonna retire from the race. I think he's gonna cause a safety car. As Fazbear trying to make a move. Yeah, Tony Rich breaks early. He has no reason to hold these guys up. But let's hope that he doesn't hold up Jonathan Foss and Tuka. Oh, he locks up into the apex. That is very unfortunate.
I think there is desync with Tony Richet and Mikkelsen, because he just turned in on Mikkelsen.
I really don't know, but that seems like to be the case.
Oh yeah, he's out, isn't he?
He's not out, but he's just stopping on the track, letting everyone through. There. Oh! What did he do?
Tony has not his day. Like, yeah, he has this very bad day. Could have been better.
As
I think
Michelin,
or he's going to retire or he's going to hope for safety. Maybe he could cause a safety car by just
stopping on
the
track. Yeah, stopping on track.
would be. I think he would be penalized for that.
But that actually gives a good opportunity for Michelin to maybe win today's race, as he does have, or he did have a pretty decent gap between himself and.
Oh, Mikkelsen.
Oh,
There's a Ferrari
Yes.
gone wide. Mikkelsen spun, I think.
He did spin. I don't see any damage, so he is clear. But now we are gonna see a four-way battle here with Mikkelsen, Fazbear, Foss, and Tuka on this straight. Let's see if maybe some moves are gonna be made. As Fazbear still doesn't have DRS from the Ferrari driver, so everyone's still way too far behind. As Rich...
Oh, Richie spun in pit.
Oh.
I think he's going to retire.
Yeah,
yes, he did.
Yeah, he's retiring. Unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver, he was the fastest of the bunch, like literally the fastest, like a 1:35.2 on mediums. Is unbelievable, but yeah.
Martin Sanchez is battling with Cool Pridlam in P10. I think that's interesting as well.
That is interesting, but this is also pretty interesting. This four-way battle for P5 still happening, and these drivers are not getting rid of each other. All of these drivers have pitted for fresh tires. I think maybe Mikkelsen only needs to do one more stop to secure his that he can get to the end of the race. As Tuka nearly loses the car and goes into the wall, thankfully he manages to catch it. But speaking of Tuka and Jonathan Foss can, I think, go until the end. They went very late on those softs as Mikkelsen goes into the pit lane. And Rich was actually the host. That's why the lobby was lacking a little bit. Why was Rich the host?
That would be... Oh, it could be, because Pridlam left multiple times.
Maybe. But now we finally found out the reason why the lobby was lagging. But I think...
pitted.
Yes, he did. And Jonathan Foss trying to make a move on Fazbear down the inside into the straight, and he gets caught off guard by Tuka as well. And they're still going side by side into turn 8. Jonathan Foss locks up a little bit into the apex, and Fazbear and Tuka still side by side and not leaving each other too much room. But Fazbear is going to remain in P6. Very good defending from the Red Bull driver as Tuka touches the ball. I think that might be damage, but invincible damage. I did the same thing yesterday, and that did cause me damage. I don't know if it will for him.
The broadcasters, the invisible damage would be. Also, do you know how long, how much time you lose when making a pit stop?
Around
Singapore.
Around Singapore, I would say around 25, maybe 26 seconds.
So Aryan maybe if Tsuka, if Aryan pitted now, he would be right behind Tsuka, like 0.3 of a second.
I think he's maybe trying to extend the mediums and trying to pit for softs to the end. Also trying to risk it with a one-stop like Tuka and Jonathan did. Speaking of Tuka, side by side with Fazbear into the first chicane. And still side by side, they're actually coasting into each other. We have a new lobby host, that's probably why. But Tuka gets that place done. Let's see who actually has the DRS from that. And it is going to be Fazbear. Tuka is way too far behind from Jonathan Foss to get the DRS. And Fazbear is way too far behind to try and overtake and take back that position. So very good drop from Tuka, overtaking right at the exit of the chicane. And very good. Very, very good.
10 more minutes, then I have to leave.
Yes, of course. Oh, 10 minutes, yeah. It's already half past. So yeah, I don't think we have mentioned, but unfortunately Lucas here will have to leave us in 10 minutes, so I will be on my own for the rest of the race, and I hope you guys don't mind. But yeah,
I don't think people would mind.
I don't know.
Like great
see.
commentary. I think it will be fine.
We'll have to wait and see. I haven't commentated on my own in quite a while, so I will have to get used to it a little bit. As I think that was someone got a penalty. I didn't really see who it
Fred
was.
got a penalty.
Fred,
Now he has 6
yes.
seconds.
I mean, on Singapore you cannot really get penalties easily. Like not a lot
I
of
think-
people. I don't know.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I think there's going to be rain, as it is going. The clouds look very dark. Could be because the sun is going down, but
And
I
while
see,
you're
Tony,
saying that,
there was no. Sorry to interrupt you. There was no desync in the Tony Richey Mickelson incident. As Tony says, why he plays his live. We have one stop of difference, so he saw him, but I think this wasn't Mickelson's fault. But
I
we'll
don't
see
know.
what the steward will say.
Yeah, of course. I think it's a racing incident. I think Mickelson should have left a bit more space because I think he saw that Tony was leaving the pit lane, and if you saw the incident, you could have seen that Mickelson didn't leave a lot of space at the exit of the pit lane. That made the first contact, which probably caused Tony to get damage. And then after that, I think Tony was just way too mad and then didn't leave Mickelson any room around the outside. I think it's a racing incident, probably, but like you said, we're gonna have to wait and see what these two words are gonna decide. And
I think rain is coming down.
oh, it's pretty close.
Because aren't still going on his. I see on his mediums, 18 laps now. Well, or he's going to pit in the next in this or the next 3 laps, or he's trying to extend it until the rain, if there is going to be any rain.
I mean,
But we'll see.
the best possible strategy here for Arion is to just stay out, try to extend those mediums. They are gonna be super worn, but just try to extend it as Fazbear gets a 5-second time penalty. But yeah, I think for Bilbas right now, he needs to reduce the gap in the championship, and I think staying out, try to wait for the rain is the best possible strategy for him. Because if he does pit at this current point in time, he will emerge around 7 or 8 seconds behind 2K, which is not gonna be good. So yeah, I think extending is probably gonna be the best possible move for Bilbas. And if the rain doesn't come, that's just gonna be unlucky for the AlphaTauri driver.
Yeah, I asked Tony if there is going to be any rain. So we'll just wait on that.
Of course, as Nathan Powers gets a 3-second time penalty, that is going to be added to his time at the end of the race. He's running P15, so it's not really gonna matter. He is last, and the Alpines are seriously not having a great day today. They were showing pretty good pace in previous races, but looks like Singapore is not one of them, unfortunately. But what
Next
can you
week,
do?
Imola.
Yes, it is. That's gonna be
I'm
fun.
hoping to compete next week as well. I'm not the best at Imola. I'll just get some penalties. But then the Monza Autodrome. That's the track name, if I'm right. I think that one. I'm very competitive at that one, so we'll see.
I think my objective for these last couple of races, actually scratch that. Jonathan Foss is trying to make a move on Sam Nabidovsky around the inside into the Singapore sling, not happening. And Nabidovsky had that line to defend for the rest of the corner. That was scary.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes, you can.
Breaking news: Tony Richey confirms that there is going to be rain at the end of the race. So I think it's going to be a very interesting race as Jonathan is trying to pass the Mercedes.
If rain is gonna be at the end of the race, I don't think Bilbas can secure his tires for until that period. If
He made a mistake.
Who?
Bilbas, the Haas behind him is very close, like 2/10 now. It was 5 seconds.
I think it's just his tires that are being way too worn. I think he's in the puncture zone. I think if he extends it a little bit longer, I think he might have a puncture, and that's why he's going so slowly. And while that is happening, as Michelin was overtaking Jonathan Foss, we still have this three-way battle for P4, with Znamirovski, Foss and Tuka Rakhkolov battling here. Let's see, Jonathan Foss will have the ERS. He doesn't have any ERS though, but Znamirovski is not defending the inside line, and Jonathan will take that. He pushes him a little bit wide, as Tuka now tries to make a move down the inside, and maybe this is gonna be a double move for the Aston Martin driver, as they don't leave each other so much space as Jonathan and Tuka collide. Thankfully, Jonathan Foss will remain as he doesn't spin because of that contact, but that is gonna be a position for Tuka.
Or is it... No, it's Lewis Alamil who's on. Pitting.
Ah, that's Patrick Udugo.
Yeah, exactly, that's what it... Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't have the real names.
I have every...
Someone spun. Brett, he just said the fastest lap, but now he spun. I think he collided with
the wall, maybe?
Luke, no, with Luke. He just overtook Luke, and then Luke overtook him back, and then I saw on the track map that he was not on the track anymore. He has damage.
Our leader pits, or actually Arjen pits.
Oh. Fred misses his whole wing.
This is gonna be very interesting. The rain is still not here.
Oh, safety car. There would be safety car. Fred's out. He just binned it.
Can we maybe see what happened from Robertson's POV? Let's see. As
he just went. He just went too early on throttle and just.
Oh, he's on the middle of the track. He's on the middle of the track.
Yeah.
Be careful. But that's not a safety car. How?
Safety car off or something? It is on reduced. I'm sure it was on reduced. Maybe off. Very weird. Let me check.
While you're checking
Settings.
checking that, let me remind you that it is 2 minutes to half past. So you're probably gonna need to go. And how's it looking? You go to
Safety car.
rules.
Safety car is on reduced.
Oh, okay. But still, he was on the middle of the track. How did that safety car go?
What happened with Jonathan?
Jonathan, nothing. No.
I didn't saw him. I didn't see him on the mini map. It was I just the Bilbus is right behind him. I think I have to leave. I wish you luck with commentating the rest of the race. I'll just follow it on my phone.
Yeah. Before you go.
I'll speak to you later.
Before you go, I would just like to say thank you for commentating alongside me. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I did as well. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Have fun.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
See you later. And now we are on our own, unfortunately, but we don't have a lot of laps yet, so I think we can manage. As we see Luke Mills going into the pit lane, getting rid of those hards. He will probably go for softs. The only Hello? Is the stream live? What actually happened? I really don't know what happened, but the game just finished. I think I got disconnected, but I checked and I still had my internet, so I really don't know what caused that. But the game predicted that the Haas won, Aston Martin was second, and then third was I think Jonathan Foss. So if the game predicted that, maybe that's gonna be happening. I'm sorry. But yeah, I really don't know what happened there. I really don't know. But we are back. Very sorry for that. We are back. We are just rejoining the lobby. And we should be just going underway. And there we go. So we are where we left off. I think we only missed like 1 or 2 laps, but not too much. And I can see actually here Luke Mills has overtaken Robertson for P10 for the final podium position. So that is very good for the Alpine driver, as he did start I think P12, maybe a little bit less. Yes, P12, and he is in the points. At least Alpine will get 1 point. And the race is actually shaking up to be like the game predicted, with Michelin winning, Tuka being second and Foss being third. I think the game might be correct if nothing happens here. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm very surprised that we didn't have any safety cars today, even with that dangerous retirement of Fazbe on the middle of the track. I really don't know how that wasn't a safety car, but let's just move on. We have 4 retirements in the race, and we still have 6 laps remaining. Let's just check the penalties, as Pavlakovic has got 3 seconds already. That's his first penalty, actually, of the race. And speaking of penalties, we have Gola, Robertson, Patrick O'Dougall, and Powers also having 3 seconds. Next we have Michelin with 6, and Paul Hill has 8. So quite a few penalties, which in Singapore I don't really know how you can get. Because you can't really track extend anywhere, but I presume that you just want to use the whole track as you possibly can to save time. We can also check the stops, so a lot of people doing 1 stops, so they are probably gonna go to the end of the race. Mickelson, Sanchez, Robertson, Patrick O'Dougall, Powers and Hill doing 2 stops. And I don't know who's gonna be doing the fast lap, as Michelin starting from last position, going to first. That is an incredible race from our reserve. I think this is his first race in the league. And already in his first race going from last to first, that is a very impressive race from the Haas driver. And if he does manage to do this, I am actually going to be very surprised. And I actually hope he does this. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And he is on 10 lap all hard, so yeah, he can definitely go until the end. The only problem is going to be if rain is gonna come until the end of the race, like Lucas said that we should be expecting. The fastest lap is currently being held by Fazbe, who has unfortunately retired. He will get, I think, that point. I'm not pretty sure, but I think he will. I don't know if he started second. It says here that he started 18th. Maybe it's because we had 3 migrating hosts. Maybe that's why. That's the issue. I don't know. But yeah, we don't have a lot of battles happening as of this moment. But Nathan Powers does get another 3-second time penalty. But this battle is pretty close. Bilbas is catching Jonathan Foss and Tuka. I wasn't actually expecting that. Bilbas was, I think, 9 seconds behind these 2 drivers, and he's gained all of that back. I really did not expect that. That, I think, probably shows that the mediums wear out even more than I thought. But I think we might see a move happening here. I think Jonathan Foss will just let his teammate through, maybe here. Or will maybe Jonathan try and get Bilbas DRS? And yes, he will. And he'll probably just back out here, so let's see what is going to happen here. And yeah, he just backs out of it. He knows that Bilbas is way faster on these tires, and he doesn't need to battle him as he's battling for the championship. As Mikkelsen gets another 3-second type A penalty, Paul Hill retires in the pit lane, so that's not gonna be a safety car. And let's just wait until this battle for the final podium positions. Will we see a crash between Tuka and Bilbas, or are they gonna take it clean and safely? I guess we'll just have to find out in a few moments, as we also have a battle behind with Mikkelsen and Robertson, but they are in turn 4, where we're gonna see that battle in just a moment. I just want to see here if Bilbas will overtake Tuka. Tuka defended the inside line very, very nicely, and squeezing him off the track a little bit, but still leaves just enough room for Bilbas to make that move, as Mikkelsen has also overtaken Robertson for P10, the final point Spain position. They are on equal penalties, so it's not gonna affect them too much. So very good from Bilbas here. He is not going to get many points in the championship because of this, but he will reduce it by a little bit. As we do see a yellow flag, as Nathan Powers goes into the pit lane. Oh, is it back? Is it back? I don't know if it's back or not. Hello? Is it back? Oh? Is it back? Yay! Finally. Okay, I really don't know what's happening. Like, my internet is looking good. It's not turning off like it used to. I think it may be some OBS problems. And I'm gonna be honest, this has not happened ever. I don't know what happened. I don't know, but I guess it's fixed. But as many people in chat have noticed, we do have a safety car somehow. I don't know how, but Mikkelsen retired. I don't know what caused the safety car, but yeah, we do have it, and this is going to be a straight battle for the last 2 laps. And I actually had a instance. What? Oh, we have rain! Oh! There's rain dropping on the track. That's gonna be interesting. So what I wanted to say is that I had a race where the safety car actually went on the penultimate lap, and we literally had 1 lap of racing, but it's not doing it here. So we're gonna have 2 laps of racing. But I really don't know how that happened in my race, but yeah, we only had 1 lap, and here we have 2. I think that's a very rare occasion, but we do have rain, and we can already see that on the track it is getting really wet, and this is getting very dangerous between Bilbas, Gola, and Michelin. Like, they are so close to colliding into each other. I think they need to leave each other a little bit of space, but this is going to benefit Bilbas if he manages to stay in this position, because he will win the race because of penalties that Michelin and Gola have. But you can see from this point of view that the track is so wet already. I think we are gonna see a lot of people crashing, as Michelin is underway as he cuts the corner, goes into the pit lane for intermediates. Gola stays out, Bilbas overtakes him for the lead, as Tuka also overtakes him, and Tuka and Bilbas go side by side into turn 1. What's gonna happen here? Tuka gets pushed wide, but just Bilbas spins. There is no grip on the track. There is no grip on the track. I think Michelin made the correct move to pit for intermediates. He is going to probably benefit a lot from this. You can see that these guys cannot steer into the corners. They cannot get the correct apex. Somehow they are still keeping it on track. Unfortunately, Bilbas has spun, as now Jonathan Foss trying to make a move on Gola. Somehow, with those softs, as we see more people going into the pit lane, as Luke Mills and Sanchez go into the pit lane, all of these drivers will benefit a lot from this safety car, and this is gonna be just very good for them, as Powers retires. And I really don't know what's this end of the race. This is very, very interesting. Okay, let's see if Michelin can actually get all of this time back. Are people gonna stay out? Are they gonna pit? We have 2 laps remaining. I think we are gonna see people pitting. I don't know if this is gonna happen, as Bilbas has spun again. I don't know if he has damage, as Jonathan Foss and Gola again battling for the final podium position, as Michelin is just catching these drivers so quickly. I think he is going to win. Oh, look at this grip from the Haas driver. He's already gained 3 seconds in one single corner, as Bilbas retires from the race, unfortunately. So that's gonna bring the championship down a lot. If Tuka can remain in P1, he will win the race. He will win the race and the championship. Let's see if he manages to do it. Is he gonna pit? Is he gonna stay out? He does pit. Let's see where he ends up. Is everyone else gonna pit? Where are they gonna end up? Gola stays out. Foss stays out. Znamirovski, he stays out. Michelin is gonna stay out. Let's see if Tuka's decision to pit for intermediates is gonna pay out. He only needs to finish second, and I think have the fastest lap. Or qualify on pole to get the championship, or I think he just needs to finish second. So let's see if he manages to do this. If he manages to do this, he will win the championship. And let's see here, Gola and Foss still struggling, and Michelin just taking those moves so easily, as his teammate is also going into the pit lane for intermediate. Let's see here if Gola is gonna defend. He cannot defend, and Michelin takes that move very easily. Now it's all gonna be on Tuka. Can he get these places, and can he win the championship in this race? It's all coming down to this. Is he gonna do it? Let's see here. This is very interesting. This is, I think, the most intense finish that we've ever had, even from Jeddah, where Tuka and I think Foss finished 9,000ths of a second across the finish line. I think this is even stressful, because I don't know if Tuka can win the championship here. It's all coming down to this. Let's see. I think we're just gonna keep on board with him, and let's see if he manages to do it. He's taking all of these lines very nicely. He just has to push. He cannot spare any more time. He just needs to push for his life, like his life depends on it. And he's already 4 seconds behind these drivers in front. I think he will get one position from Gola, because Gola does have that penalty, but he needs to overtake Znamirovski and Foss to finish second. He's closing to them, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. I think Gola and Foss are gonna remain on the podium, or actually Foss. Oh, as Znamirovski hits the wall! I think he has damage. That's one free position for Tuka. Let's see if more people spin into the finish line, as Michelin is gonna be the winner of the Singapore Grand Prix. But let's see here, Gola crosses the finish line, and let's see if Tuka maybe can get from penalties as he nearly crashes, finishes P4, and Jonathan Foss is gonna improve one position, going to P2. As Gola is gonna still finish on the podium, thankfully for him, as Tuka will finish P4. Not winning the championship, but extending that lead by a lot. The gap is gonna be 48 points now between Bilbas and Tuka. A very, very close battle. Znamirovski finishes P5, gets pretty good points for Mercedes in the constructors. Sanchez is gonna finish P6, Pavlakovic P7, Luke Mills P8, Robertson P9, and we are just waiting for Patrick Dougal to cross the finish line. And let's see here, he is going to be the final guy to finish in the points, getting 1 point for himself as he does a 360 across the finish line. That's actually pretty nice. And that's the Singapore Grand Prix. This rain shaked everything. And Michelin driver of the day, I totally agree. Starting from last position to P1, that's an incredible drive from the Haas driver. And just unbelievable. But Bilbas is gonna have a pretty hard time coming back from this. He just needs to hope that Tuka's gonna retire in these next 2 races, and he needs to win all of them if he wants to win the championship. It's gonna be a very difficult task for the Alpha Tauri driver. But we can see here that Michelin is celebrating a lot here. He's very happy by that. And yeah, that's the Singapore Grand Prix, as Michelin has taken the win from the race, and congratulations to him in his first ever race. I think it's his first, or did he do one more in Jeddah? I really don't know. Jonathan Foss takes second position, and Gola is gonna finish on the final step on the podium. Tuka Rakola is gonna finish P4, extend his lead in the championship. Znamirovski will take P5, Sanchez P6, Pavlakovic P7, Luke Mills P9, Luke Mills P8, and I think Pavlakovic is gonna finish P9. I have to take this very quickly, we don't have time! There we go. So we have Robertson, Patrick Dougal, Bilbas, Powers, Mickelson, Hill, Fazbear, Rich, Secret Biquet, and who's the last one? The last one is Crocs. Yes, Crocs. Jesus Christ, that's the craziest ending I've seen in a while. This ending and Jeddah are really close to one another. Like, Jeddah was insane with Tuka. I think it was Tuka, and Jonathan Foss finishing 9,000ths of a second across the finish line. But this was just on another level, because this was it. This was the chance for Tuka to get the championship, but unfortunately he pit way too late. So we are going to see the championship continue in the next race, which is gonna be very exciting. But yeah, I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's race and the stream. Before we end things off, I would just like to say to leave a like on the stream and subscribe to our channel. I'm very sorry for the technical difficulties that we did have in the end of the race. I'm very sorry for that. I really don't know what happened there. That's the first time that happened. I hope that doesn't happen again. Thank you to our partners, Gridfinder, Bollydomania Race Inside Discord, and JR Designs for partnering